take the example of like India only. So like after agriculture, the apparel textile industry is the second most largest industry, which gives employment to about 30% of the workforces. And it contributes significantly to our GDP also, about 3%, and it will be then again increasing. So that is why, like you see, a major workforce, a major population is working in this sector. So there will be legal issues. So that is why fashion law is again very important to address those issues. So when we're talking about fashion law, we are not only talking about the celebrities or influencer or endorsement. We are also talking about the all the stakeholders. It might be artisans, it can be handloom worker, it can be a logistic provider, it can be person who is into event marketing, lighting person, or like someone like who is into like fashion models. Even now we have an age of influencers, so like even they will be also part of this committee.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of LegalWiki, your go-to source for legal education and inspirations where we interact with the best legal professionals from the various legal industry. In today's episode, I'm delighted and thrilled to have Mr. Anuj Kumar sir on my channel. He is a founder of Legal Desire Media and Fashion Law Journal. He's having over 10 years of experience in legal publishing and marketing, closely working with over 50 plus global law firms in various practices for comprehensive business development solution, empowering small law firms to successfully build their brands and connect with legal consumers to grow their practice. As a founder and editor-in-chief at Fashion Law Journal, he's exploring the legal landscape of the fashion industry to create possibilities and opportunities for the legal industry to aid the fashion industries and its stakeholders. He has also played a significant role in establishing the Department of Forensics and Criminal Investigation, advocating for the inclusion of forensics in the legal academic curriculum at the postgraduate level. This initiative aims to produce quality criminal lawyers and judicial officers equipped with a thorough understanding of forensics, facilitating and fair, efficient disposal of criminal cases. Furthermore, he serves as a mentor for Niti Aayog, the Government of India, and is associated with Atal Innovation Mission. He is also a distinguished member of the Editorial Board of international and national journals. And today, Sir has joined us to share his invaluable experience and insights into the legal aspects of fashion law, an emerging field of law which is a complex and a unique at the same time. A very warm welcome to you, Anuj sir. I'm thrilled to have this conversation with you today.
Thank you, Surbi. Thank you for inviting me to your channel, and I'm happy to share my experiences and insight, and I'm happy to answer the questions that you have.
My pleasure, sir. So, before we delve into our discussion, I would like to thank you for accepting my invitation and taking out time from your busy schedule. I hope our conversation will be highly beneficial for those aspiring to enter and explore the fashion sector, as it is an emerging field in law and remains a relatively unexplored sector. With this, let's begin. So, if we go by the name, fashion law career sounds very interesting. Is this area as exciting as it sounds? Also, from your understanding and experience, how would you define fashion law and what is the role of fashion lawyer?
Yeah. So, fashion law, it's again a broad term. So, there is no such thing called fashion law in general. Like we have IPC or like a statute. So, fashion law, when we are talking about, so if I give a simple definition, it means with the law related to the field of fashion. So, the law which relates with the stakeholder in fashion is fashion law. Now, when we talk about fashion law, like what are the laws involved with fashion? So, if you see there is a supply chain. Supply chain mean like when you produce a raw material, the complete chain from a raw material to end user product. So when we talk about the fashion industry, so it will be a procurement of a raw material, maybe cotton, maybe a jute, maybe any other fiber or something, and then you produce. So there are again various steps during this production. So it will be like connecting with your raw material provider, then finding a manufacturer, then imprinting your design and everything. The logistic will be there. So at the each step, there might be legal issues. For example, delay in delivery of the raw material provider, and then again you have maybe issues with your manufacturer, maybe issues with your logistic provider, with your printing partner, or maybe like transportation provider, or maybe there can be issues in real estate leasing or something. So there are a number of issues in this industry. And why fashion law is then again very important, as you asked, because like if we talk about the scenario, if, for example, just take the example of like India only. So like after agriculture, the apparel textile industry is the second most largest industry, which gives employment to about 30% of the workforces, and it contributes significantly to our GDP also, about 3%, and it will be then again increasing. So that is why, like you see, a major workforce, a major population is working in this sector. So there will be legal issues. So that is why fashion law is again very important to address those issues. So when we're talking about fashion law, we are not only talking about the celebrities or influencer or endorsement. We are also talking about the all the stakeholders. It might be artisans, it can be handloom worker, it can be a logistic provider, it can be person who is into event marketing, lighting person, or like someone like who is into like fashion models. Even now we have a age of influencers, so like even they will be also part of this committee, because we have seen the endorsement, we have seen the influencers logos are there, and celebrities are also there. And then again, fashion is all directly indirectly again related with this, like cinemas and the collaborations. So that is there something. So fashion law is again a broad term. It is not such a one specific statutes that cover all the thing. So at each step you will came across different type of laws. Like it may be contract law, it can be real estate, it can be licensing, IP, it can be again labor laws and then sustainable laws. So fashion law is again like it's a broad term, it can't be under one statute. So this is a broad term, and it's not only about the IP, it's not only about a particular subject. So like when we are talking about the fashion law, we have to think as a whole. Like when we for example, when we talk about the criminal laws. So then we are not only talking about the IPC, we are also talking about the procedural laws, and we are also talking about like each like minor criminal, major act, minor act. So it's a broad term.
Correct. So, as you're saying that this is a very broad term, so do we have any specific law which deals with the fashion industry, or this is the IPR only which right now is dealing with fashion law?
No, as I told you, like there will be a number of issues in this industry. It might be issues with artisan, it might be issues with fashion models, it can be issues with your manufacturer and raw material provider.
Right.
So again, we will have broad issues, and then we need a broad subject. So if there is an issue about contract, then again we need contract act. If there is issue with the labor, then we need our labor code.
Correct, correct.
So there is no specific statutes are there. So but we have sufficient laws. So like again, there are discussion about like do we need to have a specific statute for fashion laws? Like we currently don't need such laws because we already have sufficient laws that address all these issues.
Okay. So moving on to the issues in this sector. So what is the major issue in this fashion law sector which you address or needs to be addressed? Or any legal issues which is being faced by the fashion industry due to the technological development?
So if I take you the first part of the question, so major issues, and again, because again, when we talk about fashion law, it's a gig economy. Gig economy means like there is no full-time employment is there. So like the workers are on the contractual basis. So if we
Okay.
talk about, if you see the example of fashion week, so like then again, the models and the photographers and the person who are into event management, so they are hired for work, like they are hired for like on contractual basis. And then when we talk about like your licensing deals or maybe real estate leasing, so this whole industry revolves around contracts. So the major issues are again comes from the contract part itself. So if we see like maybe for example, if we take, there are 100 cases legal issues in this fashion industry. So about 90% of cases then they comes from the contractual obligations. So like because of the then again the breach of contract. And then we have other issues, like we have issues of counterfeiting, we have issues of IP, we have issues of real estate, we have issues of sustainable fashion, we have issues of then human rights. So that may be there, but the major issues that this industry has is about the contracts, the
Okay.
commercial contract in general.
So, what about the issues faced by the fashion designers or fashion brands? What are the common issues faced by them?
Yeah, so the common issues will be then again counterfeiting and stealing of their ideas and design. Yeah. So they need to again make sure like whatever they are coming up with new design, then that should be protected. All the copyright protection is there, even if the design registered. But again, when you are then again there is a limitation of copyright act also as compared to the design act. Because if you are going for a corporate protection, then you can't produce your product more than 50 times in industry process. And because you are a fashion designer, you might be needing to produce more than 50 times a single product, like mass production. Then you need a design protection there. So these are the issues that needs to be for like fashion designers. So about their IP, they need to protect their IP. Like about design, and also about the trademark also. Like if they have their name, like their labels have been then again misused, and then they are imprinted by the first copy brand or something. Even the packaging. So these are the major issues. Then again will be the IP if we talk about fashion designers in general. And then the contracts will be there because they might have done contracts with maybe manufacturer. And then again there can be breach of contract. Might, for example, you are a fashion designer, you approach the manufacturer because you don't have a manufacturing unit, but you want your designs to be again manufactured. You are going with maybe a t-shirt design, and you find a manufacturer, and you have because there is absence of contract, so what they can do, like they can produce more number of t-shirts, and then they can provide you, maybe for example you needed only 50, and they can produce more than 50 times, like maybe 100, and then they can sell in the open market because they have their IP. Because they have your, because you have shared your IP, and there is no contract for restriction. So that will be there. And because if there is a contract is there, then you can limit the number of quantity, you can limit the number of quality and everything. So that is why very important of like this industry revolves about, like I already told you, this complete industry revolves about the contracts. So contracts is again main important thing when we talk about IP also. Then again there will be licensing agreement, then manufacturing agreements are there. So lots of contracts is there.
So what I consider is most of the issues are being handled by the contract plus IP laws, right? And this is
Yeah,
how they are protecting their rights, the fashion designers.
yeah.
Okay, so as you're mentioning that most of the issues is because of the contract, and basically entering into a contract can protect their rights. So what are the some key agreements that fashion lawyers often handle when it comes to
So
contract?
I'll start with the, yeah, I'll start with the basic thing. Like for example, you're a fashion lawyer and someone approach you, like maybe a startup brand, or like or maybe a friend or colleague or maybe a client who is to start their own brand. So the first thing will be like you have to draft their, you have to help them in drafting their business plan. That will be then again a summary of their objective, like finding their target, like that will have summary of everything about their target reason, target market, and about the brand vision, mission, about the capital investment, everything there. It is again a very important document for a like a brand owner, because it will help them again to raise funding, because that is again a booklet of their brand. Then secondly, then if you are a fashion designer, then again you need to find like you there will be you will be needing a manufacturing unit. Then you will need to have a manufacturer, raw material provider. So manufacturing agreement is there. Then we have like sales purchase agreement are there also, because you are buying raw material. And then we will have licensing agreement. So wherever you are sharing your IP, that then will be have, it will be having a license clause. Like because you are sharing your, for example, you are coming up with the shoe design, and then you are going to a manufacturer, and because you will be sharing your IP, like maybe a logo of your brand or maybe design of that shoes, and because there is a presence of IP, then there will be licensing agreement. Now, then there again agreements for logistic agreement will be there. Then real estate agreement will be there, because you will need to then again find a place. So
Yes.
for rent or leasing or like, so that will be there. So these type of agreements are there. At each step there will be agreement. And for like for photography will be again, then there will be copyright agreement. For music also, then again copyright agreement will be there. Then for event also, then again those event management agreement will be there. If you are then again needing a celebrity or influencer, then there will be celebrity influencer agreement will be there. If you are hiring a social media agency, then those agreement will be there. So like these are the major like contexts that this industry has, like if we talk about in the perspective of a fashion brand.
Right. So that's a lot. So do we have a specific
Yeah.
law firms who deals with this particular fashion industry, or do we have like a boutique law firm?
So, like, if we talk about India, so like, I don't find any such specific branded who are only dealing with the fashion. But again, like the law firms who are into commercial agreement, commercial draft, commercial contract, and also in the other sectors. So, like, they have, and fashion can be their one of their practice areas.
The
So there is
part
no
of
such exclusive, yeah, yeah, a part of it. Yeah. So there is no such exclusive fashion or maybe a lawyer, a law firm over here. They might be fashion lawyers, But yeah, like as of now, I don't see any law firm over there, like who is mainly practicing into the field of fashion.
Okay. So, like as you have mentioned that intellectual property is the crucial aspect of the fashion industry. So, how does a fashion lawyer assist designers in protecting their designs, trademarks, and copyrights, sir?
Yeah. So, like the journey start from the trademark. Like firstly, the your fashion lawyer will help you protect your brand name. That will be a word mark, and then there will be logo. That will be a device mark. So, like protecting your trademark, and then again, trade dress will be there, like about your packaging style. So that will be there. Then protecting your design. Again, I told you that there is a confusion between whether to protect your IP in copyright or design. So then again, there are various advantages and disadvantages of both the sides. So then your fashion lawyer will help you, like which IP protection is good for your product line. So it will again from differ from your product line to product line, that will be there. And then protecting your even like when we talk about fashion week, so like everything can be protected, even the sitting arrangement, even the lighting arrangement, the music that is being played, and the fashion photographs, like everything can be protected in the IP. So your fashion lawyer will be there to assist.
Okay, that's amazing. So, as right now, currently, we are witnessing that fashion brands often collaborate with celebrities or influencer. So, what legal aspects are considered when drafting endorsements or collaborations agreements, sir?
So like if we talk about India, like a major thing happened like when there was an amendment with the Consumer Protection Act. And the latest amendment also deals with that even now celebrities and influencers who are endorsing the product, they can be held liable. So
Yes.
it's very important. Yeah. So if, for example, any celebrity is endorsing any product, maybe a fairness cream or maybe any other brand, and if that may have any ill effect on customer, then customer can again directly sue them because they have purchased by because of the identity of the like the influence of that maybe fashion influencer or maybe celebrity. So this was again a major step by our government. And so while you are hiring any celebrity or influencer, then these terms need to be clear to the celebrity and influencer that you are endorsing our product, and it should be that you have a thorough knowledge about my product and all these things. And then so these celebrity endorsement agreement are very important. So this will also include about the date, time of that campaign, when they are posting, even the color, like when like we draft these agreement for our fashion brands clients. So like we also restrict them even for the like they can't use filters on the yeah,
Instagram
on
and
the images.
yes.
Yeah, because that will change the color of our client logo, right? And if there is again a possible time, like a fixed time that you need to post on 10 a.m., then it will be 10 a.m. So like then you can control all this thing from the contract.
Okay, do you
And then
mention that in
you can't.
contract that only at 10 a.m. you're supposed to post it?
Yeah, yeah, everything will be mentioned in that contract about the time, about the schedule, how many times it should be posted, right? You can't use this photograph for any other purposes, right? And for example, there is many times there are brand shoots are there for product endorsement. So these photos should be only used for that product endorsement only. Like you can't use it for your personal Instagram or personal purposes. So that is there. Even when we talk about fashion weeks also, so then again there are contact with the models also, that they are not allowed to post the photographs on their personal Instagram page before the event. After the event, then they can post if like as per the contract.
Mm-hmm.
So this is how like these contracts work, and they are very important. So like you can save your IP uh,
Yes.
because then again you are about to launch your product, and so it should be protected and should not be live or maybe exposed to the public before the launch.
That's very interesting, actually. So I think they have to also mention that they are sponsoring that particular product. So it's a written paid partnership. And second thing
Yeah.
is if so I think I've read in news or somewhere that if they have not used that particular product and they are promoting it, so they might be held liable for that. So they are also supposed to use that
Yeah.
product before promoting that particular brand.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I told you there's a guideline again. Then again, now we have Consumer Protection Act is there. So if you are an influencer, if you are a celebrity and you're endorsing any product, then you should have knowledge about those products. You should have used all those things. If because because now you know if there is any harmful or impact to the customer, then you might also land in the trouble with the brand.
Correct. That's great initiative. So, as social media plays a significant role in the fashion marketing, like we are witnessing right now, so what legal concern should fashion brands be aware of when engaging with social media influencers or running online campaigns, sir?
Yeah. So, first thing about the credibility of like influencer, because then again, there are now there are technological advancement. So there is AI also. Then there are again fake followers are also there. Fake outage is also there. So these are being there in the space. So like while you are hiring any social media influencer or maybe celebrity, then it should be clear that about their outreach, about their the credibility of that follower base, about your target region. For example, if I'm an Indian brand, then I need an influencer from Indian audience, right? A influencer based in US won't be relevant for me. Again, about if I am promoting a travel, for example, I am coming up with a brand with a resort here, so I need a travel influencer, right?
Yeah.
So that will be there, yeah. And then these issues like consumer protection issues will be there. Then you need to again clarify to your influencer, and then about the terms, about the payment terms, about the time of the campaign. So those things will be there that I already told.
Yes, sir. So, as you're mentioning, like in India, so how does it very different from international perspective?
No, if we see in international perspective, there then again there are different laws. For example, I just give you a practical example. Whenever you buy any product, for example, like maybe a Armani t-shirt, or maybe uh, go to your nearest Decathlon
Yeah.
products, just buy a simple t-shirt from that brand, or maybe buy a t-shirt from an Indian brand. You will see about 4 to 5 labels on a single t-shirt, and big labels with all those details, but you will see only one tag on the Indian brand, because of the product labeling laws are different, because they are stricter there. So they need to mention everything about the harm effect of this, maybe the fabric, or like how to use this fabric, like everything will be there. So like 4 to 5 tags you will see in a single product, and over here like you will see only a neck, maybe a neck tag or maybe something. So that will be there. Again, data privacy laws are also there. In as of now, we don't have any, because it is again under consideration by the parliament. But they have then again their GDPR guidelines are there. So those things are different from over there. They have also many countries have like laws for sustainable fashion also. So maybe there have been guidelines from their department about the fur free fashion also there. So animal testing is not allowed. So those things are there. So this is about only the law and statutes over there. Rest the industry remains the same throughout the globe.
Correct. So, moving forward, how to make a career in fashion law and what are the skills or qualifications required? And when did you decide to explore the field of fashion law?
So I'll answer the second part first. Yeah. So because I told you, like this is a big industry, and a parent company that is Legal Design. So the purpose, the aim of the company is about to explore the unexplored area in the law. So like we are working in different field. Like we started with the business development for the law firms and lawyers. That is something again new, and then we work with the forensic. So forensic again something new for India, but now it is ever growing. So we have worked with the state and central government units for the forensic advancement. And then this fashion law again, because it is again a big workforce is there, right? So we have to address the legal issues. So that, and again, fashion, like we are a consumer of fashion, like everyone is a consumer of fashion.
Correct, correct.
So yeah, so that excites me that there is a big industry there. There are a great, a big workforce is there. Then again, there are like issues need to be addressed. Then again, there are like artisans. For example, like just a simple thing, like there are lots of schemes available for the artisans. Like they have like free education for their children, like also the collateral free loans, but they are not aware about those effects.
Right.
So like we with Fashion Law Journal, we are also organizing such camps. We are registering the artisan with those government schemes.
Yes.
So there are lots of schemes available. So we are not only dealing with the like celebrity clients or only the influencer client. We are also like working in that direction also, so that fashion law is again then there are accessible beauty of the government schemes, because schemes are there, but to avail them, it is again a difficult task because of the documentation. Now, about the tips for someone who want to start like a career in fashion, no? That will be, then again, you should start with the basic thing. You should develop your skills. Firstly, about the commercial contract, you should have a knowledge about how to draft these contracts. Then knowledge about the fashion industry, because you need to know about this industry if you want to work with them. You should know about the supply chain. What is supply chain management? How does a fashion industry work? Who are the stakeholders in fashion? Like about the real estate also, about the licensing, about the collaborations, and read about the judgments, read about the case studies, read about the rise and fall of the big fashion brand, right? Like why Zara sells most, because of their supply chain, right? Because they have a good supply chain. So you need to have a knowledge about those things. Read about the councils that manage the fashion. Like for India, we have FDCI. Then again, it is an autonomous body. We don't have any government body for controlling and like managing the fashion weeks and all. But again, there is a FDCI, Fashion Design Council of India. It is again self-regulated, autonomous is there. But different countries have such bodies. And then you should have knowledge about like go and do networking with fashion events, go and talk with the fashion designers, the fashion colleagues, like what are the legal issues that they are facing. And then like you should have your a resume having a like skill set from contracts, from IP, from labor. Because for example, if I'm a fashion brand owner and I need to hire a lawyer, I want someone who can draft my contract also, who can protect my IP also, who can write my business plan also. I need not to hire multiple lawyers for each task, right? So fashion lawyer is the one like who understand my industry better, who understand my requirements better, who can help me with the contracts, who can help with the collaborations, who can help me with the writing contracts for my endorsement, for my events, for getting the license for music or photographs. So those things will be there. So this is how like you can build your skills, because now you know like what skills are required for a fashion player. And then you can start your journey like maybe an internship with a fashion brand or fashion designer. Instant give priority to the fashion brand instead of a fashion law, like maybe a law firm. Because when you talk work with the your ideal client, then you will understand better what are the legal issues. So try to spend a day or two with maybe a fashion brand owner. Go and visit their like outlet. Go and visit their industry, like how they are producing, how they are procuring raw material, and then this way, like you can analyze what types of contract they are dealing in the day-to-day life. And then you can also go with the law firms who are practicing into commercial contract, IP, or in case you are not finding any firm who are specializing into fashion law. And then you can also apply to the fashion brand in-house offices. So like for example, Reliance is there, Aditya Group is there, so they have their in-house department, so you can apply to intern there or maybe a traineeship.
So, is there any college which is providing specialization in fashion law? I'm not sure. There is.
So there are university. For example, there are two major prominent university, that is Fordham Institute, Fordham University, and they have a fashion institute. And then again, Milano Institute is there. That is a premier institute for the fashion studies. They also have course called fashion law. They
But
have a
for
diploma course,
lawyers,
but the
for lawyers, for law.
yeah
Okay.
yeah. So the Fordham University provides LLM in fashion law. Yeah.
Nice. So, moving forward. So, as we have seen that fashion industry has evolved over the years, so what are the possible opportunities in this field at present and will be in future?
So first thing about the technological advancement, because now we have the use of AI, we have use of robotics also, like for example shipping, and then we have now even you can also generate designs, right? So there are again so many legal issues are there. So like fashion industry is again ever growing. There is a lots of scope, and if technology like is, for example, there is no such thing about that. Again technology is putting some jobs in danger. There's no such thing about when we talk about the fashion industry, because the AI can't do such well, like for example coming up with the original design. Because the for example it's softwares like mid journey, then again they are collecting the data and they are creating some, but that again that is a combination of the data, not something novel. So even the USPTO, so they have like directly said that there will be no IV protection will be provided to maybe art generated by an AI. So only the designs, only the art that is created by human will stand the protection for IP. So again, there will be no effect of on the like fashion industry, fashion designer. So the creativity, then again, that will be there. And then for like industry as well, because these things are again helping. For example, robotics is there now. Some countries, they are coming up with like delivery by drones, like product delivery by drones are also there. So like they are again reducing the time for a customer. So when we are talking about the drones, for example, then again there will again workforce will be hired for manufacturing those drones. So similarly, like in technological advancement, we have now seen like earlier the fashion weeks were not accessible to the public, general public. But right now, you see, like in case you are not able to attend the offline sessions, like you can watch them on Instagram live. So like every big brand is coming up with their fashion week on Instagram, and then so the fashion weeks are now being organized in a hybrid mode. So that will be again plus thing will be there. And then with use of technology, like there will be again you can check about the quality. So there is again quality checks are there. And then you can also like e-commerce is there. You can get your product at home at very conveniently. So that will be there. And by the use of technology and internet, then again, if you are a like homegrown brand, so again by use of Instagram and any other platform, like you can grow your business also to the other world. You can send your like you can increase your sales to the other market also.
So with all this advancement, the role of lawyers will obviously come into the picture.
Yeah, like there will be when there will be again legal issues will be there, then again because the industry is growing, so legal issue will also grow.
Correct.
So with IP, yeah, with AI, with robotics, and again there will be issues. Like we have seen, like the recent case of Meta working and Hermes, right? So now the Hermes has given the protection. So like they will have the original like protection about their design. Similarly, then again there were so many cases are there. So like there will be an again need for the lawyers.
Correct. So, moving on to my last question, what advice would you like to give those who have started their career in fashion law and those who want
Okay.
to build career, or any general advice to a budding lawyers would also work?
For budding lawyers, like read more and more about this industry. Try to attend, do networking, go and attend the fashion events, not just the legal event, but try and like you have to interact with the fashion industry. You have to interact with the stakeholders. Like try and talk with the designer, try and talk with the supply chain provider. So and then understand about their day-to-day work routine and like how they are like facing the legal issues, what is their work profile, and then you can understand about like where laws fall into these places and these stages. So that will be again one thing. Secondly, that read about the brand case studies, very important. Third thing about the start like uh, uh, like analyzing the judgments, the pronouncement for the like the fashion industry, not only about the IV but also about the contractual obligation, merger and acquisitions are happening are there in this industry. So be it anything, like read about this industry, pronouncement of the judgments, and then do networking, try and talk with even the artisans also about like how they like because they are contract worker again. So like whether there is a contractor or is there or not. So how they are working, about their working hour. Go and visit the outlets. Go and visit the fashion brand industries, like the supply chain unit, the manufacturing unit. So this way, like you can have a better understanding, and this way, like you can have like a practical knowledge about this industry.
Okay. Is there any platform through which they can gain all this idea with the suggestion which you have given right now?
Yeah, yeah, like we have Fashion Law Journal. So like anyone can visit fashionlawjournal.com, and we have purposely not put any paywall on website. So the content is again open access. So like there is again like sections on website about the like cases, about the columns and how to guides are there. Even interviews are there with the good industry persons, and you can read over like the content over there. We have an Instagram page called Fashion Law Journal, where you can see interesting like videos, reels are there that are informative. And we also do provide courses, like we have two courses, certificate in fashion law and diploma in fashion law. In our courses, the 90% of faculties comes from the industry only. So either they are with some good brand, or either they are some with good international universities. So they are teaching the subjects. And so like we have these two courses, and website is for everyone. So like those who are interested in the field of fashion law, you can like follow our LinkedIn page, Fashion Law Journal, Instagram, and visit the website.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing this. And also, that's the end of our discussion. Thank you so much, sir, once again for coming and sharing this invaluable knowledge and experience with us. I'm sure it would be very beneficial for those who are looking forward to entering into this profession. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Survi.
Thank you.